Yo, 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 what is up, people? We are live. Who's in here already? What's up, Cooper? How you doing? How you doing, Gas, as well? Hope you guys are good. Hope you guys are good. If you want to join, just let me know. I'll send the link in. Let me know how we're doing this evening. We've got a lot to talk about. Just showing you everything that we're going to kind of talk about just then. We've got the Academy we're going to talk about. We're not going to do any predictions on that just yet. Maybe say who our top three is for who we think is going to win, maybe, but we'll see. We've got to get into Undisclosed 5 as well, definitely. The 2-on-2 tournament, we're going to have a little look on that. And of course, the now completely announced rebuild card, which is looking spicy. We also are going to have a little look at the top 20. See if there's any disagreements, any agreements. I really don't see how people can argue with it, but I'm sure there's some people that can. So we'll see what happens. How's everybody? Has everybody seen the champion and everything? Did I just ruin it for you? What's up? Premier Battles in the building. What's up? If you want to come on, I'm just going to send the link in. Just come and jump on. We're going to be talking a lot tonight. And I'm joined by the man himself, Mr. Battler of the Year, Grazza Bond, man. How you doing?
You caught me off guard there.
I know, that's why I done it. You good?
Oh, good, man. How are we?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Fucking congratulations is in order, isn't it? Bit of a mad.
Yeah, it's a very humbling thing to be awarded, man. So I'm very Shaggers.
Mate,
I am making t-shirts. Shagger
You've got to jump on these opportunities when they come, definitely. No, it's been awesome, obviously, watching you throughout the Anarchy tournament, even before then with the Academy as well. You really have been like that kind of rising star for a while, and it's finally all coming here, and you're in it now. This is what you've been working for, and it's awesome. Revel in it, man.
It's gonna be
definitely make the most out of it.
It's gonna be a good year, bro. Not just for me.
Don't want to.
Oh dear.
That's minor. We'll see. And speaking of top tens as well, we've got another guest with us tonight. Of course, if anyone else wants to jump on, just jump on. But we got the man himself, the guy with all the jokes. It's Big Frost. What's up, man?
Never lost.
Never lost. What's up?
What's happening, man? Very good.
Yeah, all good, man. How are you?
Yeah, man, very well, man. Good stuff. Holding up well.
Good, man. Good. Yeah, we're gonna. We was just gonna do Undisclosed, but there's too much to talk about, really, just to do Undisclosed and run away. There's way too much. There's still more to come as well. Like they're still announcing battles for like Absolute and everything like that. So it's gonna be this year. Jesus Christ.
February's mental. Mental. Like there's two tally battles, a shotty battle. Like I know it's the same battle, but like honestly, just saying that 2 tally battles, a Rivers and a shotty battle is enough for
2 Rivers battles as well. 2 Rivers battles.
2 Rivers. Oh, swear. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course. Yes. That's what I mean. Crazy.
It's just mental.
People are putting in work.
Well, hang on. No, we've got 3 Rivers battles announced, haven't we?
But in for February.
Oh, yeah, not just in February. Jesus, I was just about to say that. That's mental. It's a good start to 2022. Man. No, definitely. Well, I'll tell you what we'll get into first, just because we've got 2 of the representatives here. The top 10.
Yes,
I'll put it up on the screen now. Jesus, that list as well. Like if you, like that list. Even those, the 5 brackets that are there. If you took those 5 teams out to like any other country, they would hang. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they do well.
It's crazy.
There's no slouches.
Nah, definitely not. And obviously, big up Trouble and the Wiretap putting this together. It's brilliant. This is. I hope it's bigger next year. More awards, everything. Like I think we should make it massive.
I think you can see from like the way conversations are going. Like I think people really care about something like this. Like not to sort of throw shade on the title or anything, but like the title only sort of stands for a couple of people. Like there's only certain people that are in the running. Anyone can go for this, if you know what I mean. Like you just have to be putting on. Like obviously it's Kate, do you know what I mean? Shuffle teas or whatever else are more likely to get ahead of you, but it's available for anyone.
It rocks simultaneously though. Like if you're a top 10 battler, the chances are that you're going to be in contention for a title shot in some respect. I agree though. Like this is kind of like from an individual perspective and like an ego perspective, it's a very good like thing to aim at. Like it's good to it's good for you to say this year I'm going to get in that top 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think this list is going to be completely different next year as well. It's going to be interesting to see. I think it was quite like by the end of the year, it was quite self-explanatory where this list was going to be. Obviously, it will be next year, but it's going to be everyone's really wanting to get that top spot. You know, people are already coming out and saying it's mine next year. I love it. It is bringing that competitiveness back, definitely. And Wiretap himself, there we go. Chubbs, how you doing, man? Hope you're good. Thank you for putting this together. Was just saying. It's brilliant, man. The work you're doing is awesome. Thank you. Koji in the house, in the house, in the building.
Not him.
Follows us around like, it just follows me and Frost everywhere, bro. Everywhere. Whenever me and Frost start talking, Koji pops up. A wild Koji appears.
Poking his nose in.
He's all right. He's all right.
Koji, if you want to come on, you're more than welcome, mate. Don't worry, it's all good. We got you here.
You might as well, mate. You might as well because you're everywhere else.
Just popping up at work and that. So I wanted to ask as well, as battlers, did you guys put in a top 10?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Did you put yourselves
put myself
on the list?
first? Yeah, I put myself first.
Oh, I love it.
I didn't put myself in the top 10.
Okay.
I mean, I put myself first on the principle of like, it's Frost never lost. I think it's perfectly within character for me to put myself first. And then the rest of the list was, I put the rest of the list as I would rank it, just a space down than it should have been.
Yeah. All right. Is there anyone on the list that you were surprised about, or anyone that didn't get on the list that you were surprised that didn't?
Not at all. I think I might be wrong, but I believe that mirrors my list. I think I had shuffle. I think I had shuffle a couple of spaces down, but I think that's pretty much my list. Yeah. So I wasn't surprised by any of it, and I think once the first five come out, you could tell what the top 5 was going to be. Like not the order, but you knew the top 5 once you see the top.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, it didn't surprise me. I think everyone deserved their spot.
What about you, Bizzo? What are you saying? Obviously, taking the top spot, but was there any surprises for you? Was there anyone that you think should have been in that top 10?
I think it's a very fair list, to be fair, and I think it's the way that the fans have voted as well, having such a big influence was such a good thing. That's a good shout. Mackenzie not making.
I was literally just about to say, that is a good shout. How many battles? He's had more than enough battles to be recommended for it as well, isn't he? He was on the list. Jeez. It just shows the level of this year, though. Then I guess that someone like Mackenzie in the year that he's had, he didn't even make the top 20.
Next year is going to be crazy, bro. Like the top 20, 100%. The top 20 will be unless you're on your A game as a battler this year. You could fall out the top 20 quite easily next year.
Yeah.
Easy.
Like very, very, in fact, not quite easily, very easily. You lose 2 battles, 3 battles, like you are out of the running.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's going to be hard as well to get that back because everyone's fighting for it at the moment. So spaces and events are going to get taken up quicker, I'd imagine, and things like that as well.
It's been done at the right time to release it now because it's before any events have kicked off, and it's kind of like if I was a battler battling at Undisclosed or at Rivalry, I'd be like, right, I need to get my shit together and I need to start this year off with a bang because it is as simple as that. Like there's a lot of competitive battles this year. And it's a case of you have to go out and try and win them all because, like I said, 2 or 3 losses and you can pretty much rule yourself out of contention for that number 1 spot, because there will be someone this year who wins every battle or has one debatable or whatever and puts himself right in contention. So it's going to be this year. Honestly, is just going to be nuts from start to finish, man. I can't
100%.
I can't stress it enough. Like we thought the golden era was like in 2012-13, and I genuinely think like we're entering into a whole new fucking.
I was trying to tweet this. I was trying to tweet this the other day, and I couldn't make it sound like not corny, so I didn't.
The thing is,
this year is going to be like a year that we look back on. I feel like when people say like the 4th birthday year, like that year it was like big and stuff. But
the thing is, bro, like when back then it was great, but the level of skill and lyricism and like the components needed to be a top battler now, they've all shifted, and it's all so much more of a, like, you have to be an all-round, like, good at everything. You can't just be like a jokey rapper, or you can't just be like strictly bars, or you can't just be like just a good pen. Like, you've got to have it all now. It's like we're evolving into that kind of, like I said, that hemisphere now where you've got to have everything to be able to be seen as a really good performer. Do you know what I mean? So I genuinely think this year will be one where it literally the talent just bursts through the surface, and everyone worldwide sees it.
There's a real nice feeling in the competition at the moment, but and energy from other battlers and the fans alike. But it feels back. It feels like the glory days, if you know what I mean, in the sense of like there's conversations floating around people and what's the word I want? People are talking about potential matchups and the future of different battlers and whatever else. There's a strong crop of newcomers. We haven't really had that for a long time. It's solid, man.
I think it's going to be good as well, because like, the lists of people that are like coming up on the screen now, like these sort of people are going to want to go for those who are on the top spots, and they
need to though. That's what you've got to remember. Like they can't come back when you've got something like this in place that Trubs has set up. If you're a battle rapper that hasn't battled for 2-3 years and you want to come back and you actually want to be included on this list, you can't have Shotty coming back and finishing like 16th. He will come and know he has to. It puts added initiative on for him to come back and do 3 blockbuster performances that make the fans say he was the best, and that's why he's the best in the UK. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's the same with Yunnan coming back. It's the same with Quill battling. If Soul comes back, it's going to be the same with him. Like you have to have that in mind, that you can't just come back and like have a mediocre performance, because it's being documented how well you're doing as a battler now.
Yeah,
and I think as well this year. Now we know of this thing. Like, I hope so. I hope the judges are going to be more aware of what's going on, like at the events, if you know what I mean. Like, just like, because I feel like the criteria is going to have to be a lot tougher, if you know what I mean.
It needs to be. It needs to be more competitive.
How you held the crowd in the room and how it looked on camera and whatever else. I feel like the criteria is going to be a lot more.
Yeah, definitely, and
specific.
I think that will come because, like, I know, like, being in a few group chats or whatever, like this wasn't planned like at the start of the year, let's say. So
exactly.
Like, and I think because of that going forward, it definitely will. I think it's going to be something that's going to be like sorted out month by month almost, and broken down for people enough, like the people that are on the panels and all that sort of stuff. I think they'll be paying more attention because they know it's going to be coming this time, which it will. It will just be bigger and better every year. Hopefully,
the judges is going to be an important thing next year, because it can't be a case of like, if you're judging a battle, you can't be simultaneously like treating the event as like an excuse to drink and have a good time. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're a judge, you're gonna have to take it, because you are literally going to affect the running for these kind of things.
The standings, yeah.
You need to. There's a lot that's going on at the moment. Like financially, you're going to be, changing people's outlooks financially, even
Well,
in
that's the thing.
Startup, you know, it's a lot.
I
There
know.
is a lot.
I know there was talk of prize money this year, like, and I can only assume that's going to be higher next year. Like, you could be talking about a nice little change you're taking out of someone's pocket just because, like, it was funny for you to give a judge's decision on this, like, for this reason or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't be doing that. Can't be doing that silliness.
No, definitely not. Definitely. But yeah, going on from that, we're gonna have a little look now at the academy that's coming out.
Yes,
Obviously,
let's
Bizzo,
go.
you're involved in this as well.
I am.
Against who is it? You know, I don't think you have much to do with them. To be fair,
They don't go in the first round, do they?
No, not yet. But yeah, have you kind of got a list of people you want so far? I know you've got Bard, right?
So yeah, Bard was my wildcard entry simply because
Great pick.
I feel like we've got a very similar kind of like similar story in the sense that we both were in Don't Flop at the same time, and he's probably a lot better than where his current position within the scene suggests. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he does and how serious he takes it. With regards to the rest of the matches, like if anyone's actually performing in the academy this year, I'm literally taking it at face value on the day of the qualifiers. Like I know how some of you battle. I know how good some of you are. I know how good some of you can be. But effectively, like one of the most important things for me as an academy like manager or whatever the title is I want to know how much you actually want to win this tournament. Like, and if you're turning up to a qualifier and half-arsing 2 rounds of 60 seconds because you think you're going to be good enough to get through to the next stage, it won't cut it with me. It might cut it with Koji, but it's not going to cut it with me. Like I literally am judging you based on your performance on this event. Like it's not gonna be like a if I know who you are, like I've already picked you in my mind kind of thing. If someone absolutely smashes the qualifier and it means putting out someone who's a more well-known name in the scene as a whole, I'm more than happy to do it because it shows how much that person wants it more than the others. So
no,
it happened in my year. People got complacent when in my year in the academy, like Kofi and I think Grazza, like they was both. Like, I mean, people was claiming them as favourites to sort of like be in the semi-finals and whatever else, and they was complacent in the qualifiers and they didn't make it through.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in this academy who have built like little names for themselves already, and some of them have been competitive already. And I know for a fact some of them will think, "Oh, this is just going to be a walk in the park," but that isn't how I want to view it. Like the prize is a big prize at the end. You've got a prize pot and you've got a chance to battle in America. Like that's like bucket list shit for a battler. And if you're going to turn up and just like freestyle 2 60-second rounds because you think you're going to be good enough in the later stages, it's just not going to cut it with me. I want to see people who are passionate and actually want to do it. So I'm expecting people to be prepped, ready, confident, and come flying out the gate to impress us, because that's effectively what you got to do with me and Koji. You've got to impress us too, because we're the ones that are going to pick you at the end of the day. No one else is. There's not going to be like any wild cards after this. It's like there's a lot of names on that list, and there's only
a few that surprised me. I'm liking it. I'm liking what it looks like at the moment. If you had to say 2 people from there that you could see in the final, Bizzo, maybe I don't know if you want to answer that or whatever. It's up to you.
I'll sit this one out, man. But
yeah, Frost.
For me,
I can kind of see Yannick and Bard almost. I feel like Yannick's going to go 100%. On a bit of a tear.
I really like Koji's wild card as well. Black
Speak of the devil, what's up, man?
Really good. I think he's real good.
Hang on. We've said his name too many times, you know. We've said his name way too many times.
Oh no!
We've done it to ourselves, guys.
My enemies, both of my enemies in the same place. Right. Jesus Christ!
Nice talking to you, lads. I'll see you later. All right.
Peace, guys. It's so good.
Running is your only option. You know what I'm saying?
KJ, it's nice to have you on, man. It's nice to have you on. Welcome. I will welcome you. They might not.
And I was like, hey, I might as well. I was watching anyway, so why not?
We was just talking about the academy. So obviously you're a part of the academy as well. Tell us a little bit about what your role is going to be like in the academy.
It's basically, obviously, I feel the same as Bizzo as far as like I'm going to be taking everybody at face value depending on their performances on the day. You know, a lot of these guys have history, and it'd be easy to like have a bias based on things that they've already done. But I feel like if you can't show up to the qualifiers and be fucking as good as you can be, then there's no real like faith that you'll be reliable moving forward. So,
Yeah, I get that.
yeah, it'll just
Something we
be.
agree on.
Yeah, there you go. I think it'll just be you know, I think a lot of people are gonna go hard this year. It's been crazy to see that there were so many applications versus last time. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody, to be fair.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Frost,
Some
we
good
did
promo
cut you
out
off
there
then
already,
whilst
Go on.
Koji came in.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
who
go
I
ahead.
think-
You were saying who you think could be in the final.
Can you show me the thing again so I can see?
There you go, man.
See, I like there's like Tidal's always been good and just never really got his shine. Like he could find his stride in this. I really enjoyed Bobby Hanzo. He had his first battle on all the smoke cards. I think it was his first battle.
Yeah.
There's a lot of strong competition there, and then already the wild cards like Bard. I mean, not to give him the big head, but Bard is sort of above this competition in my eyes. I know the prize is big, so like fair play for going for it in it. But like I'd say Bard is beyond this, if you know what I mean. He should have this wrapped up, in all fairness. But I really like Black T. I think he's a really good writer.
Yeah.
It's a strong
Yeah,
competition.
no, definitely. Yeah, I can see. I don't know if it's because I want it to happen or if I think it actually will. But I want to see Yannick in the final at least, definitely. I wouldn't mind seeing Kit get there as well. He's been, we was having a bit of conversation about him being in limbo between tiers almost, and whenever he goes against people in the upper tier, he's hanging with them, and when he goes against people in that lower tier, he's beating them. So it would be nice to see him come out of this and be able to really say this is my tier now.
It's competitive, man. It's very competitive.
It really is. It really is.
You think the last like four, the last 8 people, it's going to be very, very tight, and it's all going to depend on who turns up on the day,
and who gets sent against who as well.
Yeah,
who gets sent against who? That's really. I mean, whoever wins battle pick. Is that how it's working? So like one manager is going to get to pick the battles for each event, or what?
No, I think we just pick our teams, and then it'll just be drawn, won't it? I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I think that's cool. That'd be a cool way of doing it. Yeah, we're not gonna necessarily do any predictions on this. I just wanted to obviously shed some light on it. I am hoping. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it with Tom or whether I'm just going to do it because he doesn't really have a lot of time nowadays. But I'm going to run like a bit of a series following the academy this year. I wanted to do it last year, but everything just kind of didn't happen. So yeah, I definitely want to try and do that this year. We're going to go on to Undisclosed 5 now. So obviously, we'll start from the main event.
The main event. Where's Koji gone?
Oh shit! Yeah, Koji, where you going, man?
Dipped out.
Yeah, he dropped out. It's all good. I'm sure he'll be back. Yeah, Mackenzie versus Blaine. I've not seen much of Blaine recently.
No,
all good, man. All good.
I think the last time I saw Blaine was versus Koji.
Yeah, I think that's the only time I've seen him, if I'm honest with you. I can't really call that. So fully biased, I'm going to say Mackenzie.
I believe Mackenzie as well. I think Mackenzie.
To be fair, I think he's going to be quite pissed off that he's not in that top 20 list. I'm still a bit shocked that he wasn't now that it's been mentioned.
He needs a win as well, Mackenzie. I mean, I feel like he beat Moke. However, obviously, I think Rivers beat him quite convincingly, so he'll want to come back and bounce back from that.
Yeah.
So I do think he'll be. And being main event as well, you've got to set that kind of example as well. So and I think he will do. I think he'll thrive on it. So.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
Next one, obviously, Frost. You're not really going to be able to answer this one.
I'm gonna wash him.
Versus Frost.
I'm gonna fuck him up. Yeah. He don't even know what he stepped into. Yeah. Pussy. Glad he's not on the.
Let's go.
Glad he's not on the stream. Yeah. He's not ready for. Like it's gonna. I've got my head down. I'm working hard. Like he keeps on throwing out little tweets and that, and honestly, he just keeps on fueling the fire. Like I'm on my toes for this. I'm gonna be super ready Super ready. I
I'd
can't
like
wait.
to hear it, man.
I'm very
Like to hear
excited,
it.
It's going to be
I
so
can't
good.
I can't wait for that battle. I think it's going to be such a good style clash. It'll be.
Yeah.
It's going to be just. It's just going to be one of them ones to just be in the room and enjoy. You know what I mean? I can't wait.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Can't wait for it, man.
It's going to be
Can't wait.
powerful.
I'm not sure how I'd call it. If I'm honest, you're coming off as something that was like probably one of the biggest moments you've had in one of your battles. To be fair, like that third round with Jan, you know, the biggest reaction and stuff. I think you're going to have that air of confidence about you. Koji is obviously, you know, he's chomping at the bits to get into that top 10 this year. It's going to be a fight. I feel like he might be maybe spending, like, almost using this as thinking it's almost like a warm up. That could be the only thing that could, I think, give you like a definite edge, or him a definite edge. You know?
I don't
know.
I don't think for a second that this battle is going to be any lighter because he's got the title match coming up. I feel like it got more intense because he's got the title match coming up. In all honesty,
Yeah, he's got more to prove.
Similar to where,
Yeah.
like with the Yanif battle, like it became more real when people started questioning the Koji battle. I was like, what do you mean? Like, do you know what I mean? So I think that's a big thing for him. Like, people are like, oh, what if Frost does this or whatever? Then it's like, no, Frost ain't doing nothing. Don't worry about. But do you know what I mean? So I don't think for a second. That it makes it any easier for me that he's got the title match. I'll be honest. I really don't. I think it makes it worse.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna.
That's what I'm telling myself anyway. So
this battle is that's what makes it so interesting because Koji's got a title shot coming up. People are thinking, is he gonna want to go and make an example out of Frost to show he's ready to be facing for the title, or is he gonna like just be in cruise control and swag it out, and it's just gonna be like a good battle to watch. And then on the flip side, you've got Frost, who will be very motivated at the fact that the opponent he's got now is in a title match in his following battle, which will naturally bring out your best material because you want to say, right, well, if I can at least put a debatable in with him, that puts me right up in contention moving forward for my own title aspirations. And then
I'll be swinging my dick. Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
My dick.
Yeah, and to be fair, I think I'm thinking that the two battles are a lot closer than what they are as well in time because obviously it's not until April the title match. So yeah, he's got plenty of time to be able to.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know,
especially if you know Koji from when he's spoken before, like he's a last minute wonder as well. So the fact that he's already, I believe he said the other day he's got 2 rounds already for me.
Which he's changing his
whole.
I think, his whole prep, hasn't he?
That's scary. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. He needs to pack that. Well, no, don't pack that in because fuck that. I'm on it.
Yeah,
that's what this is what we want, bro.
Yeah,
this
definitely.
Is what we want, man. We want the best Koji. We want the best Koji. Yeah,
100%.
Like
100%.
If you can put in a showing with the best Koji, that's a massive showing. It's same with the title match. If he turns up best Koji ever, that's what I want. Like I want that to turn up. I don't want this to be an easy battle. I want to show.
No, of course.
You want to beat.
You want to show why you're the best.
The thing is, as well, like a lot of
the title match. Go on, sorry.
Sorry, bro. I was just about to. The thing is, with battle rappers, like what you need to like understand is like when you battle this person, the chances are you're never going to battle them again. So it's something that you can't unless it's certain circumstances or a lot of time passes. Like you aren't going to run it back with them anytime soon. So your best material will be from when you're facing them here and now. So it's very important from both sides that they come completely prepped and put on that show because that battle might not happen again. And more than likely won't happen again because there's not a lot of rematches in the game nowadays.
I think as well, like
rematches
because of like obviously the way that you guys get content is you do it once and then that's it. Like and then you've got to share that one piece of content as much as you can to a wide audience. Like you want to try and get that bit of content to be the best bit of content it can be every single time. Like otherwise you're selling something that people just ain't gonna want to watch. And
yeah, man, it's your catalog. It's your catalog of work. It's your like body of work every time you battle, and it only ever makes a watchable battle when the other person's equally as good. Like no one's like itching to watch Real Sick versus Danny Myers because Danny Myers forgot his material for 3 rounds
No,
straight.
yeah, definitely.
It's not a battle you want to
You end
watch.
up
It's not
skipping
one that
it.
you
No.
go. Even though Real Sick's material is fire, you don't ever go, oh, I'm gonna go and watch that battle. That's a sick battle. You watch the battles like the Janus and the Frost where people are like, they're both on their A game, and the crowd are with it, and the energy's in the room, and it reflects back on you when you're watching it on your
Briggsy
phone.
said the same in the stream, didn't he? About your battle with Acre, for example.
Yeah,
What you were saying and what you were doing was amazing in that battle, but unfortunately, because Acre wasn't, it was subpar battle.
Yeah.
You want the fights, you want the scraps with people.
Yeah,
like
definitely,
I want a dogfight with Koji. I want it to be like a back and forth punch, like beating the fuck out of each other. That's how I want it, and that's how Frost will want it as well. Because they're the kind of battles that people
100%.
go, that was fire. That's a rewatchable battle. Bisdom teeth.
Okay. Always, man, always. All right, so next one up, speak of the devil again, Crow versus Celesta.
Speak of the devil.
What's up?
This is a fire battle, man.
Yeah, very, very good battle. Very good battle.
Great battle.
I say this every time
Great
this
selection.
gets brought up. Every time this gets brought up, I have mad respect for both of them taking each other this early on. Like, I think it's such a good thing to do for the scene. And,
no, definitely, man, definitely.
I
think this is one of the ones that's going to be like really hard to call.
Yeah, 100%.
Definitely.
It's a headache of a battle to call, really.
Listen, I love Celesta. I love it. I think I've known him for ages now. I've been there for every step of his career. I've battled him, and I genuinely can't. The more I think about it, the tighter I think it gets. I love what Crow's done this last year. I think he's been absolutely insane for a newcomer. Like some of the steps he's made, and it's definitely just going to be a case of preference on the day. And I think both of the thing with this battle is I think both of them come super prepped and super ready because they both know what's at stake. Like there's no fucking about from these two. They know how important this battle is.
Yeah, no, definitely.
100%.
I think
they're both.
Go on, man. Go ahead, Frost, man.
They're both at the right point. They're both at the right point for them to have this battle, and for that reason alone, they're not going to take anything lightly, and they've never shown to take things lightly before either. So this is a real nice battle.
Yeah, and you know the other thing with this battle as well. The other thing with this is like if you imagine a crossroads, like one crossroads going down to like the let's say the bigger opponents or like a potential like top tier, like they're both battling at this crossroad. Like the person who goes down the right hand side might not get a top tier next. They might get it in 2 or 3 battles. But the one who's going to go left and if from winning is going to get the bigger push because they've effectively beaten their competition. So, and that's what we want. Crow the rapper,
definitely,
100%, and as well, coming back to the wiretap champion thing as well. Like a battle like this will really affect the standings of things because when you're making a list, I feel like when it comes to the end of the year, you may be arguing between these like battles like Crow and Celesta. Do you know what I mean? So then this battle, right? Well, there we go. Crow won, so he has to go on top of it, or whatever, like vice versa. Yeah,
definitely. If I was in 11th to 15th place at the moment, I'd be looking at I want to battle whoever was like 9th, then I want to battle whoever was like 5th, and then I want to battle whoever and work my way up that way. It even gives people a chance to go and climb like that, I guess, which is kind of cool. I think I'd have Celesta edging this slightly if I had to pick somebody, but I mean, Crow on his day is I don't know. It's difficult to call.
It's one of them battles you can't call until the day, man. I'm telling you now.
Yeah, I know. I hate that though. It's so cliche. I want to be able to be like, I reckon this, but you can't.
They're both going to surprise us, I think, in a certain way. Like they're both going to.
I hope you do, man. I'm sorry, ABK all the way, but we've got to be honest. I think if I was to give anyone an edge, it would be Celesta. But you've rose to the occasion every time, so I'm happy to be proven wrong here. I think you're both going to win. I hate saying that either, as well. So we'll say you're both going to lose instead. That at least
You
at
both
least
get
that don't get
3-0.
said that much, yeah. No, but it is going to be a sick battle. Definitely, that's one that you can just count on being sick. I think that would be a good battle to kind of go second in the day, even, and really wake everyone up.
Set a pace in the room. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Next battle is Danny Jack versus Mata. What we're saying.
Going to be an interesting one again, I think.
It is. I feel like Mata just because
honestly,
of the amount of shit he's
I feel like
got
Danny Jack can't afford a loss. He can't afford a loss. He needs to come in and really do his job this time. Because he's had a couple of against Marlowe, he missed a round. I can't remember who his battle before that was, but I'm sure he was shaky during that.
When he on the
JPEG battle, I don't think he was 100. Do you know what I mean? He's had a bad couple of last ones, and he needs a good one, especially after everything. And Mata's gonna have everything in the locker for him, man. Mata's gonna.
This is what I mean.
Yeah.
Like the amount that Mata has got to go against, like
it's the perfect battle for someone like Mata.
Yeah.
To win. Do you know what I mean? This is playground stuff for him. He should walk it, but Danny Jack needs it.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's it. Ask away, man. Ask away what we say. But yeah, definitely. I think Mata, just because of what he can say, there's been a lot of controversy at the moment surrounding Danny Jack's name. And in things in the past, I just think Mata is very good at clowning. So he's got a lot to clown.
No, this battle was made for Mata. Like Mata's gonna win, but Danny Jack needs to win.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, Giz versus Subrime.
This is another one. Like Giz, I feel like Giz needs a good performance, and he's well capable of it, and he's got a very good opportunity against someone to like really stamp his mark and get a big W against his name. But on the flip side, Subrime he's funny, man. He's very entertaining.
He is good.
So it'll be a very interesting one.
They're both good rappers. They're both. I think it's a nice level battle as well, man. I don't feel like anyone's really out of their depth here. I'll go with Giz. I'm picking Giz, but that's not taking anything away from Subrime. I do think he's good, but I'm picking Giz.
Yeah.
I'll go with Subrime, but I want Giz to. I want to see Gizzy's best performance yet.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Like,
I think Giz can take
100%.
it.
I want that.
I think I leant more towards Giz to begin with when this was announced, but I've watched a bit more of Subrime since. I think it'll be a lot closer than what I originally thought, but yeah, I do still see Giz taking it slightly. Next up, we've got Grazza, Max. Cool. What was that, man?
I was just saying, I just want to see Giz do like a standout performance on PB. I think he's got it in his locker. It just needs to surface and resonate on the day.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think Subrime will be in his bag for this because he'll be obviously he's flying over or getting the ferry over or whatever, but he's battling in a different country, so he'll have that like energy and that buzz about him. So I just hope that Giz is like prepped and smashes it, man. I'd love to see Giz do a standout performance on the channel. Yeah,
no, definitely, man, definitely. Next up, we've got Grazza versus Max Sherry.
I'm going with Grazza on this one.
So I think Max.
Yeah, I feel
Max can see it.
I like Max Sherry. I think he's a good battler, but honestly, I think Grazza should win.
It's great.
Grazza should win. Yeah.
It's the same premise. It's the same premise, man. Like if Grazza comes with a polished performance, I can't really see. On his day, Grazza's like one of the funniest battlers in the scene. Like some of the stuff he comes out with is fucking hilarious, man. But it's just that performance and that maintaining.
Frost has gone as well now.
Frost has gone into Sainsbury's.
We'll keep going. Yeah, we'll keep going. Yeah, I think it'll come down to who's cleaner on the day, obviously. But I don't know. I think Max Sherry's going to have a bit of a tear this year as well. I feel like he's going to come.
Yeah,
through.
he's took a lot of battles though. like recently.
Yeah, no, that's true.
He's just battled this weekend, hasn't he? He battled at All the Smoke. It's good for his momentum if he's picked up wins in both, I believe.
Yeah. I don't think he's picked up like clear losses. I'm not sure about like proper wins or whether they were judged or not. But
this is
I don't think he's taken any like clear losses.
This is a good scout for him to take if he does beat Grazza. But again, it's similar to the Sub-Rhyme and Giz scenario. I want to see Grazza put a performance on that's worthy of an academy champion and someone on the PB roster. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, definitely.
Because he's got it in him. It's just a case of getting it out.
Yeah, I hear that. Definitely, man. Caveman versus Gaz time. I think it's a really cool battle as well. Them two both had good debuts on Premier Battles. I lean more towards Caveman. Obviously,
I can see
have much to go off, but I like his style a bit more, if I'm honest.
Caveman,
I think that would be a good entertaining battle.
Caveman could be very good.
Yeah, is he in the academy?
No. Gaz time is. But Caveman's not.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, that is Undisclosed 5 then.
Secret battle, the secret battle.
Yes, I was just about to say about that. Yeah, so the secret battle is an amazing battle, I think. And it's funny that we started the year last year with a secret battle like this, didn't we? That ended up being Yana versus someone. And now starting this year, doing the same. But it's well deserved. Well deserved.
Yeah, man.
More comes for him this year. Definitely, he's been doing so good this year. Especially, with all the New Year's resolutions and all that kind of stuff, New Year, New Me stuff that he's doing. Brilliant.
He's smashing it, man. Got to applaud that. So he deserves it. Yeah,
definitely. And I'm going to say Briggsy just because I feel like he's going to be frustrated that he ain't battled. His last 3 battles have all pulled out or not been able to or whatever. It's just been ridiculous for him. So I'd say he's going to be quite frustrated and probably sat on a bit of material that he could use as well.
Who knows, man? It could be a very interesting battle regardless. I think it'll just be one of them entertaining ones.
Yeah, definitely. I think Briggsy should definitely just do one of the rounds compliments. I reckon he could actually make Yannick cry easier through that than he could with any insult. Definitely. But I think that'll be a good battle. Again, I don't think there doesn't need to be a winner in that battle, in my opinion.
But
next up, definitely. Next up, we go up to the 2-on-2 tournament that's been announced. Did you have any kind of want or anything or desire to apply? And if so, who would you have applied with?
Koji, because he follows me everywhere.
I made a joke about you and Koji doing it because obviously you made a tweet saying about getting off the phone. That was a big move or something, and then he tweeted the other day.
Yeah. Listen, I'm openly complimentary of Koji. I do rate him a lot. I think I know how dangerous he is. I know how good he is at this. And if I was to do a 2-on-2, I would have potentially been interested. The thing is for me, this tournament just isn't the right time for me. And the 2-on-2, as much as I enjoy watching them at this moment in time, it's not something I want to go down in terms of where I'm at right now. I feel like I'm more beneficial to myself and to the scene by being on my own and representing as champ and stuff. So
I agree completely, man. I do. I just find it interesting to see who people would choose.
Yeah, I mean, I've never given it much thought, and it's one of them ones where I think the way that you prep and your chemistry and stuff has to be simultaneous, and finding someone who wants to start prepping as far out as me just to make sure we're all good and ready to go as early as possible. It's hard to find, man. Hard to find.
Yeah, no, definitely. But we will go through this then. So I'm going to start with the Academy winners versus Moke and Black Tea.
Yeah, this could be the Academy winners could be a little sleeper entity. I feel like they could be very, very, very entertaining. But I do at this moment in time, I do think Moke and Black Tea will take it. Just simply, I just want to see where Grazza goes, you know, like if Grazza can match like the energy and the consistency of an LS Dean round, it could be very, very a lot closer than what people think.
That's the bit that I was questioning.
Yeah,
in my head a bit.
It's a strange duo, but it could be like accidentally amazing.
Yeah,
if it's done if they actually take it serious, you know what I mean. So
yeah, I just think Moke and Black Tea are going to complement each other better as a team.
Yeah, you can
I
tell
think that's
that
what's going to snatch them the win. Definitely,
you can tell that
for me anyway.
This is the thing. It's all about the chemistry, and it's all about how good you are working together. Like that's why, again, like we'll come to it in a bit, but like Koji and Quill on their own, unbelievable, two of the best in the UK. However, put them together, what are we looking at? Like, are we? Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, I was talking to someone about this the other day actually, and I was saying like there was parts of so I know it was obviously like a gimmick battle, but Quill and Soul versus Shofty and Marlowe. There were parts of Quill and Soul stuff that didn't land, that didn't hit, and you know the chemistry wasn't there. It will be interesting, but I think they're going up against. We'll talk about that battle next.
Yeah, we'll move on to it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we'll go on to that one now. Then we'll do it now. So yeah, Quill and Koji versus Visual and Celesta. What I was just about to say is Visual and Celesta kind of have that chemistry. You know, they've traveled together. They've been at events together. They you know, I'm
been
sure
the same academy as well.
Together, yeah, in the academy. I feel like they will know each other better almost. I guess
you can tell with Celesta and Visual, right? That they're both quite similar people in the sense that they've got like similar sense of humor. They've both got like the same level of hunger within the scene right now. They're both. I'm presuming they're both of a similar age, so they've got a lot of foundations that they can build on, and it can. And I do think it can work with them too, because you've got two young, like aspiring performers who can bar and be quite funny at the same time, and that's like a lethal combination to have in 2-on-2s because you don't know what angles you're going to get told against you.
No, yeah, definitely. I think this tournament is set up for upsets. I feel like it is set up for, you know, I feel like we are going to have a lot of changes and shockers, just like in the, you know, the original Anarchy tournament. I feel like it's going to be a lot like that. There was a lot of, you know, when we was looking at the draw and seeing the first round of battles, everyone's thinking, you know, this person definitely in the final. It wasn't you and Bobby Rex, was it? You know, and then after the first round, everyone starts talking differently, and I feel like this is going to do the same for this tournament.
The thing is with this tournament is everyone's being judged on what they're like as an individual, as two individuals. Yeah, but you can't other than scapegoats, who I think are the odds-on favourites to win this quite easily. Other than those two, you can only judge everyone else based on their individual performances, not as a duo. So it makes it very unpredictable. Like the Barbarians could be absolutely insane chemistry wise, and it could be like one of the most entertaining things you've ever watched, and completely blow Cramp Twins out of the water.
Yeah,
that's not beyond the right realms of possibility. Hades and Subrime could be, like, off the top of my head, I just feel like those two will be hilarious on the day.
Oh, here we go. Who isn't winning? I want to know. But yeah, definitely. I think Visual and Celesta could be the upset of the first round. I think.
Yeah,
I feel like Koji and Quill could be going out first round.
That's the.
You would have as well, definitely. Yeah, that's the one. I think that's the one that could be the upset.
That's the most interesting battle of the first round by a mile. Just because if Visual and Celesta win, it means that they've pulled off something massive, which puts a big spotlight on them as a duo. Whereas if
Mhm.
Koji and Quill win, you could have a big firepower going towards the final, potentially up against Scapegoats, which would make a crazy final.
That is a crazy matchup. Going on, then we've got Cramp Twins and Barbarians. What do you reckon on that one? I feel like
I think Cramp Twins will win, but from again judging based off the two individuals, and I think Georgie and Tech are well suited for 2-on-2s because they've got that charisma and that movement and that.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like
I feel like
those two are underdogs for this, definitely, because like I said, their energy, like they move around the stage a lot and they're very direct, and you could imagine them bouncing from one bar to the other person, like one person, like Root saying one line and then Tech saying the other. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like that chemistry could be there with them too. But I could say the same about Barbarians after watching like them in that skit on the Wiretap channel.
That was hilarious. Yeah.
Like
no,
you could genuinely see that going either way. I wouldn't be surprised if Barbarians won, but I do think Cramp Twins will win it.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. I feel like Barbarians can, but just off of recent form, I feel like Cramp Twins have got it.
Yeah.
Which then leads us on to Scapegoats and Hades and Subrime. No, just imagine this, right? You was at Home Invasion, right?
Yeah.
Imagine if Hades came at the level that he did in that title match when he was like, he was at 10. Imagine Subrime met him at that level.
See, this is where I think that won't happen. That can't happen. I don't think Subrime. I don't think that Subrime's that level of. Subrime's very subdued and swags it out.
Yeah,
he's not. I can't imagine him coming into a battle and screaming Scapegoat's head off. I can imagine Hades doing it. I think Hades is fucking class, man. Like, if I was to battle anyone in Ireland, he would be the first name that goes on the list by a country mile. I just think he's fire. But
definitely, man, definitely.
I'd be very upset with the draw, having to face Scapegoats first, especially coming from Ireland as well. Like, it'd be nice to just have don't want to say easier opponent, but a battle where you're not going straight into the Lions Den. You at least got a chance based on the fact that the duo might not work together.
It will be interesting though to see Scapegoat's approach, because like they've even said, I've definitely seen Bobby Rex tweeting and stuff about it, saying about like how their approach to Shufflety and Marlow isn't like their approach to anything else.
Yeah,
they went into that battle wanting to prove that they could do what they do just as well, and they did by a mile.
Yeah. Thing is, as well, man, Bobby is my boy, and he is so motivated this year. Like, you have no idea, and he's not going to be taking this lightly. Like, and Raptor's the same. Like, they're both very competitive people, man. Like, they'll thrive off this. They know they're 3 battles away from 1,500 quid, and a title that neither of them have managed to get as of yet. They know that that's how within reach that is. That's why they have to be considered the biggest favourites, because the level of experience they'd be meeting in the semi-final is minimal again. Like Academy winners, Moke and Black Tea, three of those. I
can't see any of those 3 teams taking them, even if they teamed up.
I think it's going to be Scapegoats versus Moke and Black Tea in the semi-final, and then I think it'll be. On paper, it should be Koji and Quill versus Cramp Twins.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be mad if Visual and Celesta got to the semi-final at all, and I wouldn't be surprised if they were like the biggest shock of the round in terms of how well they performed.
I hope that even if they don't make it through and get to the finals and get anything from the tournament as such, I hope that the teams kind of stick around and the 2-on-2 stick around.
They will, bro, because they're introducing title belts, and
this is what I mean. It's always something you can go for later, isn't it?
And international opponent in 2023, like it opens a whole new dynamic to the scene again. Like this is why Premier Battles is fucking dope with it, bro. Like they just innovate. Like they not innovators as such, but they know when to do the right things, and they know how to engage the scene again. The reason why the scene's so big over last year is not because it's because of the Anarchy tournament in terms of giving fans something to watch at home and stream on Twitch every week, every other week, or whenever it was.
Yeah,
they've gone out their way to do that, and they'll do it again now.
Definitely, man. It made people, it kind of like you say, made people kind of come outside as fans again. Even
you imagine last year without the Anarchy tournament, man. Like you wouldn't have Bobby Rex coming back as well as he did. Koji's back. You've got obviously myself who did really well last year, but it's all like translated into this year being massive, and I don't think that would have happened without Premier Battles last year persevering.
Yeah. I have heard this definitely. I think they do have the chance. I'm
not discarding them at all. I do think that they would have more than likely liked a kind of draw. And I'm not putting anything. 2-on-2s, anything can happen. It's a completely different. It's a completely different dynamic. Yeah, and it's so entertaining to watch, and you like the Don't Flop 2-on-2 tournament a few years ago with C Major and Cracker and Cystic and Bamalam and teams like that. Like that brought out some teams that we never thought were there before. And this will do exactly the same.
Some good teams in that, definitely.
Yeah, Shufflo have been the only 2-on-2 team for the last 5-6 years.
And do you know what I think as well? Where like there would only be like one other 2-on-2 team, so they would battle and then they would get beat because they can't do what Shuffle and Marlow do.
Yeah,
like, I think now that we've got 8 new teams at least sat there waiting now. Like there's going to be a variation of what a 2-on-2 battle team is meant to be like and what they're meant to do. I think now that we've got more of a variation, there'll be more people wanting to try it. I feel like Shuffle and Milo kind of monopolized 2-on-2 battle rap in the UK for quite a while, and had it in a bit of a stranglehold. But this will hopefully, bring it back up. I want to kind of start finishing up in about 10 minutes, so I do want to get through this card as well because it is.
Whew, don't have to ask me, baby. It's PB all day. PB all day.
It's crazy though, this card.
This card,
I think actually, do you know what? I think what I would like to do is I'd like to get a couple people on this one and do this as a proper thing. Get a couple people that would be No Loose Check, get a couple people who would be Premier Battles and some of the battlers who aren't battling. Did you get offered a battle?
No.
No? Okay.
Spoiler.
Okay.
Listen, I wasn't against doing it, but battles for me have to make sense this year. They really do. They have to be the right ones, and I'm not gone are the days where I'll just take a battle on a whim and do it for the sake of it.
Are you, in terms of like the belt and stuff as well going forward, is it going to be kind of like you're going to battle for the belt and only for the belt, or are you going to still be, I know obviously international stuff is different, but if you battle a UK guy, would it be the title on the line no matter what? Or
listen, I want that belt now. My sole objective with that belt is to be as prestigious as it possibly can, and if that means defending it more than once a year, then fair enough.
Okay.
I'm open to defending it multiple times should it make sense. Yeah. However, I've got my own like plan in my head as to how I'd like this year to go. And although I won Battle of the Year in 2021, I would like to have battles that put me in contention to win it again, mixed in with the names that are coming back this year, like the Tallies and the Shotty Horrors, the Quills, the Kojis. I'd like to be aiming for that spot again. So that would have to reflect in the opponents that I take. And
so have you got any other battles, like, obviously don't spoil or anything, but have you got any battles lined up after Koji in the UK?
One at the moment.
Okay.
But cool. I've also got the King of the Dot is happening this year, but I can't say anything just yet. But when it drops, it'll be fucking crazy. It's gonna be a mad one.
I cannot wait for that.
If-
Are you going to
if-
be at any of these events that we've just been talking about?
All of
You
them,
gonna be
man. I'm
Mhm.
fully champ present now, man. I'm going to be at every event. I'm going to be at Rivalry. I'm going to Rivalry. I'm going to, obviously,
I
the
wanted to get to
Academy.
Rivalry.
Need to go to Undisclosed to watch my mate Koji.
No, definitely, man, definitely.
Yeah, I'm
We're
going
not going to be getting to any events until after March, unfortunately, this year. Just other things going on, unfortunately. But
there's going to be loads of battle rap, man. Like,
yeah,
it literally
yeah, of
is.
course.
It's
Yeah,
like this is just no loose chat and prem, but there'll be so much. Like, the cards are going to be stacked as well. Like, imagine the card for the 2-on-2 final day. Like, they're going to have to put a big card together for that.
yeah. A couple of events that I definitely want to make sure I get to again this year, though. Apex, whenever that will be. Era versus Era as well. If they decide to do that, I want to go to that if it's a weekend. I've never been to a whole weekend event yet, so I want to go and do that definitely. Let Tom experience that as well. But yeah, I'm just once March is out of the way and we can start getting into events again, we'll be doing some recaps and stuff. I want to try and kind of put myself in a place where people are looking at us at media more than they were this year. So I'm going to try and be a bit more active this year with a few more episodes like this, predictions, reviews, things like that. So if you've got any ideas at all, if you want to come on and chat some shit at all anyway, just let me know, man.
Yeah, man.
But for now,
I'll support as much as I can. As I feel like there's a lot of good media outlets now for UK battle rap, so it's in safe hands. It's just a case of growing the audiences now.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, growing the audience, we are at 90 subscribers, guys. I always forget to do all this sort of stuff, so I'll do it now. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. We're at 90 subscribers. I'd really like to get that to 100 by like the end of Feb. I think that's quite realistic. So if you know anyone that hasn't subscribed, ask them to sub. We are gonna end it there though. We are gonna head out. There we go. Visit coming to Rivalry to stand with me with the belt. It does look.
Hey, I'm going to bring it in a tripod case.
Yeah, that's it. Definitely. But yeah, like I said, thank you for joining us, Bizzo. Thank you, Frost, for joining us as well. He's obviously gone, and Koji for coming along as well.
Cameo
for a
appearance.
second. Yeah, it was good, man. But yeah, thank you and welcome back whenever you want. Thank you, everybody else in the comments. Let us know whether you agree or disagree with some of our predictions, and let us know what events you're going to. Cool. Peace.